When you are forced to marry a mentally ill CEO to save your mother. This video is made for entertainment purpose only. It has nothing to do with reality. Once POV, I had dreams too, a peaceful life, a decent job, a love story that wasn't forced. But life doesn't ask what you want, it just throws you into storms. And mine came wearing a suit with the mind of 5-year-old. That day, Chairman Kim came to visit me. My mother used to work in their home. I never saw him. He held my hands desperately. Chairman Kim, my son needs someone kind, someone patient. If you agree to marry him, I'll pay for your mother's surgery. Ryan, flat tone. So you're buying me. Chairman Kim, I'm begging you. Ryan's POV, and that's how I became the wife of the richest man in Seoul, and the most broken one too. Wedding hall, everyone in suits and gowns. Taehyung is sitting on the floor blowing bubbles. Photographer whispers, is that the groom? Wyan to herself, oh God, what did I get myself into? Chairman Kim, smiling nervously. He doesn't like crowds, just smile please. Taehyung yelling across the hall, yeah, where is my Pikachu tie? I want to wear yellow. Ryan's POV. My groom was playing with Legos while I signed marriage papers. No vows, no glance, no love, just noise and a contract. Inside a luxury apartment, the door creaks open. Ryan steps in with her suitcase, eyes scanning the massive space. It's quiet, too quiet. Suddenly, she spots a glowing nightlight and a game blanket fort in the middle of the room. Taehyung from inside the fort, whispering, are you the scary lady who married me? Ryan sighs, I'm your wife. Taehyung peeking out eyes wide. Wife? Can wife play Nintendo? Ryan deadpan, only if they don't kill their husbands first. He grins like a child. She drops her bag with a thud. Taehyung, do you want to see my fort? It has 3 pillows and a secret exit. Ryan, rolling her eyes, you are 27, not 7. Taehyung pouts, that's rude. You shouldn't say that to your husband on your first night. He shifts over and pats the blanket beside him. Taehyung, come here, you can sleep inside. It's warmer in the fort. Ryan hesitates. I'll sleep on the couch. Taehyung's soft voice. Please, just for tonight. I can't sleep alone. The shadows talk too much. Ryan sighs. Fine. She crawls into the foot beside him. It's cramped but strangely cozy. He wraps his arm around her without asking. Taehyung mumbling, you smell nice, like books and bakery. Ryan, awkward, don't sniff me. Taehyung soft laugh, say a bedtime story. Ryan quietly, Taehyung childish tone. Just a short one, please. Ryan sighs after a pause. Okay, once upon a time there was a boy who lived in a blanket fort and annoyed his brand new wife on their first night. Taehyung eyes closing. That's a nice story. Does the boy make her laugh? Ryan softly. Eventually, maybe. She looks over and sees his lashes resting against his cheeks. His breathing deepens. He's already fallen asleep, peaceful like a child after a tantrum. For a moment, the chaos fades. Ryan's POV. He wasn't cruel, he wasn't evil, he was innocent, too innocent for this brutal world. Next morning, kitchen. Ryan walks in half asleep. She stops cold. Cereal spilled on the counter, milk dripping from the edge. The fridge is slightly open with ketchup smeared on the door. A frying pan lies upside down on the floor. Taeyong sits on the kitchen counter wearing bunny slippers, holding a whisk like a trophy. Taeyong, don't panic, Chef Nim. I was just making breakfast. Ryan, stunned. Were you making it or killing it? Taeyong, grinning. I forgot the egg for the scrambled eggs, but I added jam instead. Ryan, deadpan. I should have stayed in bed. She steps forward, then slips slightly on the wet spot. Ryan, irritated. What is this? Juice? Taeyong nodding. Yeah, I dropped it, but I wiped it with socks. Yours, I think. Ryan blinks. My socks? Taeyong proudly. They are super absorbent. Ryan opens the microwave. Something black and unrecognizable sits inside. Ryan, what was this supposed to be? Taeyong, a muffin or maybe a potato. I got confused halfway. Ryan exhales, picks up a spoon, stuck to the table. Ryan, I didn't marry a man, I married a kitchen hazard. Taeyong shrugs. Still better than being alone, right? Ryan just stares at him. Taehyung softly, I know I messed up. I just wanted to do something for you. Wyan looks at him, messy hair, floor on his cheek, hopeful eyes. She softens. Wyan calmly, next time ask me before lighting the stove. Taehyung relieved. So you're not mad? Wyan, I'm furious but also too tired to yell. She pulls out a chair, sits down. Wyan muttering under her breath, I'm going to need a fire extinguisher and therapy. Wyan's POV. He wasn't trying to ruin my morning. He was just trying to be normal, and somehow that made it harder to stay angry. A few days later, Kim Corporation press conference room. Flashes click, reporters whisper as the massive double doors open. Taeyong walks in wearing a sharp designer suit but mismatched shoes. One black, one navy blue. Some laugh quietly. Wyan walks behind him tense. Reporter 1 snickering. Didn't anyone check his outfit? Reporter 2 loudly. Mr. Kim, considering your condition, do you truly believe you are mentally fit to run a $1 billion company? Taeyong freezes mid-step. His smile fades. He looks around, unsure whether to laugh or to cry. Taeyong quietly. I'm not mentally stable. I'm mentally creative. Laughter ripples across the room. Wyan immediately steps forward, grabs the mic. Wyan firmly. We don't measure CEOs by their appearance. We measure them by the weight they carry. And he carries more than any of you ever could. Reporters go silent. Wyan, do you know what it takes for someone like him to show up here today? Someone who hears whispers in elevators, who sees judgment in every stare and still walks in with a smile. She turns to look at Taeyong, who is frozen beside her, shaken but listening. Wyan, softly, he is not broken, he is brilliant. He sees the world in a way most of us are too scared to. So if you can't understand his mind, at least respect his courage. A heavy silence falls over the room. Reporters glance around, suddenly unsure of themselves. From the side, Chairman Kim steps to the podium, claps slowly. Everyone turns towards him. Chairman Kim, for years I have built this empire brick by brick, but it's my son who taught me the real meaning of strength. He turns towards Wyan. Chairman Kim, and it's my daughter in law who taught me that protecting someone like him doesn't make her weak, it makes her extraordinary. Taeyung's eyes widen. He stares at his father stunned. Taeyung, broken voice. You really mean that? Chairman Kim nodding. I do, son, and I'm proud of both of you. Reporters lowered their cameras. Some began nodding. Respect replacing ridicule. Wyan's POV. That day I didn't defend him because I loved him. I defended him because no one else ever did. And somewhere between mismatched shoes and public shame, he needed someone to fight for him. 1 month later, penthouse night. Rain taps on the windows. Dishes pile up on the dining table. Clothes are scattered everywhere. The house looks chaotic, just like Wyan's mind. Wyan walks in carrying a grocery bag. She trips over a stuffed toy in a hallway. Wyan exploding. Seriously again? She throws the bag on the counter. Something inside breaks. Her eyes scan the room. Empty cereal boxes, half-eaten cake, socks on the dining table. Wyan yelling, Taeyong. No response. She stormed to the bedroom and throws the door open. Taeyong is sitting on the floor building a puzzle, smiling to himself. Wyan furious. I just spent 2 hours running errands in the rain while you sat here playing. Taeyong confused. I was waiting for you. I made space in the puzzle so we could finish it together. Wyan shaking her head. You forgot to take your meds today again. You didn't clean up. You didn't eat properly. You didn't even check your emails. Taeyong, small voice. I was busy. Wyan, you were playing every day. Wake up, fix your mess, handle your mood swings, cancel meetings, explain your behavior. I feel like I'm not your wife, Taeyong. I'm your full-time caretaker. Taeyong slowly. I didn't ask you to. Wyan snaps. You didn't have to. I got dragged into this marriage and I'm stuck with fixing a grown man who cries when we run out of strawberry milk. Taeyong, voice breaking. You think I want to be like this? You think I enjoy watching you get tired of me? Wyan's breath catches. She goes still. Taeyong, tears forming. Every day I hear it in your voice. The disappointment, the regret, the way you look at me like I'm just a burden. Wyan softly. Taeyong. Taehyung choked voice. I know I'm not normal. I know I make life hard. But you think I don't notice how your hands shake when you are near me now? His eyes fills. He stares at the puzzle like it's his last piece of peace. Taehyung, I pretend not to hear you cry in the bathroom. I pretend not to notice when you leave the house just to breathe. One voice breaking. Why didn't you say anything? Taehyung small broken because I was scared. If I say it out loud, you might finally leave. Silence chokes the room. Ryan walks towards him slowly. She kneels in front of him, hand shaking. Taehyung keeps his eyes down, unable to look at her. Ryan gently, I'm sorry for yelling. I was angry, but I shouldn't have screamed. You didn't deserve that. Taehyung still teary. No, you were right. I have made this so hard for you. I break things, forget things, mess everything up, and you still try. Ryan's soft voice cracking. I wasn't trying to hurt you there. I was just tired. Taehyung sniffles. I never meant to hurt you. I don't know how to be someone you can rely on. He finally lifts his head, eyes red broken. Taehyung, but I want to learn. I want to try Ryan. I want to be better for you. I promise I'll be a good boy, even if it takes me forever. Ryan smiles sadly. I don't need perfect. I just need real. So let's stop pretending everything's okay and actually make it okay together. She gently pulls him into her arms. He let out a shaky breath and hugs her tightly. He clinges to her like a terrified child. No words, just quiet sobs. Ryan's POV. We were just two broken people in a broken marriage, trying to hold on to the only thing left, each other. Few days later, dining room evening. The dining table is neatly arranged, mismatched plates, slightly tilted napkins, and a scented candle that clearly struggling to stay lit. Taeyong stands near the table, nervously adjusting a spoon for the fifth time. Taeyong calling out, Ryan, dinner is ready, I think. Ryan walks in wearing a tired expression but stops short when she sees the setup. Her eyes soften. Ryan, you did all this. Taeyong shrugs. I followed a recipe today, no ketchup this time. Ryan surprised, smiling. Wow, that's dangerously mature of you. Taeyong pouting. Yeah, I'm trying, okay? Ryan gently teasing. Did you set off the smoke alarm this time? Taeyong grinning. Only once, but I opened all the windows, even the bathroom ones. Ryan laughs quietly and takes a seat. He watches her nervously as she takes the first bite. Taeyong whispers, is it edible? Ryan chews, pretending to think hard. I mean, it didn't kill me, so that's a. Taeyong gasps. Yeah, I worked hard, you heavy woman. He gently flicks her forehead. She glares, but with a smile. Ryan, all right, it's good, really. Taeyong, I watched 5 YouTube videos for this, even wrote down measurements. Ryan, smiling warmly, that's explain the heart-shaped rotis, tortillas. Taeyong, defensive. They were supposed to be circles. Ryan laughs. They look like love letters. He watches her for a second, the way she eats slowly, savoring the food, then quietly places a folded napkin beside her plate. Taeyong, I put your meds in your drawer and I set reminders on your phone. You always forget, but I remembered. Ryan, staring at him, touched. You did? Taeyong, nodding. I want to be someone who makes your day easier, even if it's just a little. Ryan, getting emotional. You already are. She reaches across the table and touches his hand. He freezes, then slowly holds her back, shyly, gently. Ryan's PO, it wasn't about the food or the table or even the heart-shaped rotis. It was the first time he chose efforts over excuses, and it felt like love in its quietest form. Few months later, grand hotel ballroom night. Soft lights glimmer across the chandeliers. Guests in suits and gowns mingle with wine glasses in hand. The media waits near the stage. At the back of the room, Taeyong fidgets with his tie, clearly uncomfortable in the formal setup. Ryan walks up beside him, fixing his cropped bow tie without a word. Taeyong whispering, do I look like a real CEO now? Ryan smirking, almost try not to spill juice on anyone and you'll pass. He grins nervously. The MC calls his name. Taeyong walks up to the mic, slow, hesitant. Taeyong addressing the room. Good evening, I'm Kim Taeyong. People say I'm not normal, and that's true. But maybe normal is boring. Polite chuckles ripples through the audience. He takes a breath. Taeyong, I have made mistakes. I have been childish. But today, I'm here because I want to grow. For my company, for my team, and for someone who stood beside me, even when I didn't deserve it. He glances towards Ryan in the crowd. Taehyung smiling. Tonight I'm not just proud to be a CEO, I'm proud to be someone's husband. Applause fills the room. Taehyung bows deeply. Later, on the balcony after the event, Taeyong stands beside Wayan looking up at the stars. Taeyong quietly, did I do good? Wayan turning to him proud, you did perfect. Taeyong softly with a shy smile. Then can I hug you now, like the movies? Wayan laughs gently, I swear. You don't need permission to hold your wife. He hesitates for a second, then steps closer. Slowly, carefully, he wraps his arms around her. It's awkward, little too tight, but honest. Taeyong muffled in her hair. I was so scared I'll ruin it, but when I saw you clapping, I felt like maybe I did something right. Ryan whispering, you have done a lot of things right lately. You don't give yourself enough credit. He pulls back just enough to look at her. Taeyong smiling, I like hugs. I think I want to do this more. Ryan teasing, just don't make it weird. Taeyong playfully, too late. They both laugh. He leans his head on her shoulder. The music fades into the background. The world slows down around them. Vian's POV. That night he didn't just act like a man, he chose to become one. And for the first time, it wasn't my heart breaking for him, it was my heart opening. Vian's mom's house afternoon. A modest, cozy home. The smell of tea and fresh fritters fills the air. Vian and Taeyong steps inside, greeted with a warm hug from her mom. Vian's mom beaming, look at you two, finally came to see me after so many months. Vian laughing, sorry mom, life been chaotic. Taeyong awkwardly bows. Taeyong, Anyongaseyo Emoni, I brought tulips because they are yellow like sunshine and banana milk. Vian's mom chuckling, sweet boy, come in both of you, let's have lunch. Living room later, Vian is chatting with her mom while Taeyong picks at his food silently. Vian's mom to Vian. So this is the famous husband I've heard so much about. Vian teasing. Infamous more like. Taeyong pouting. Yeah, I heard that. Vian's mom laughing. Well, he is cute. Bit quiet though. You sure he talks? Vian. Don't let him fool you. He talks to plants when I'm not home. Everyone laughs except Taeyong, who is now spots Vian's childhood friend Jungkook walking in. Jungkook smiling. Oh, Vian, after all these years, Vian lights up in surprise. Vian, Jungkook, what are you doing here? Jungkook, your mom called me to fix the leaky tap. I didn't know I'll walk into a mini reunion. They hug friendly. Taeyong's expression darkens even so slightly. He immediately steps forward. Taeyong clears throat. Hi, I'm her husband Taeyong. CEO, also good at plumbing. Jungkook chuckles. Lucky guy. Kitchen moments later, Taeyong sulks in the corner as Vian helps her mom wash dishes. Vian's mom teasing, why is your husband staring at Jungkook like he's about to delete him? Vian glancing over. Oh god, is he sulking again? Vian walks out to find Taeyong swinging his legs on a garden bench, munching on banana chips like a betrayed toddler. Vian arms crossed. Okay, what's wrong with you now? Taeyong, not looking at her. You hugged him for 4.7 seconds. That's too long. Vian sighs, smiling. You timed it? Taeyong pouting. I didn't like the way he looked at you, like he still has a chance. You are mine now. I don't share. Vian sits beside him. Wow, is this jealousy? From the guy who once hugged a pillow and named it Mrs. Fluffy? Taeyong grumbling. Mrs. Fluffy never hugged other men. Vian laughs, rests her head on his shoulder. He still won't meet her eyes. Van gently, hey, you don't need to be jealous. If Jungkook looked at me, you looked for me every time, and that's what matters. Taeyong's expression softens. He turns to her. Taeyong, really? Van nodding. Really, you are the only idiot I'll pick in every lifetime. Van's mom watching from inside, smiling. Van's mom softly. She's laughing again. He must be doing something right. Vian's POV. Jealousy isn't always toxic. Sometimes it's the purest proof that someone is afraid to lose you, and for the first time, I didn't mind being his reason to grow. 8 months later, rooftop night. Fairy lights hang overhead, swaying in the gentle breeze. A tiny table sits in the middle, two chairs, a box of cupcakes, a small Bluetooth speaker softly playing a piano instrumental. City lights flicker in the background. Van walks up to the final step of the rooftop, breath catching in her throat. Van surprised. What's all this? Taeyong is standing there in a simple black sweater, hair messy, hands behind his back. He smiles nervously. Taeyong, I know it's not flowers or violin or whatever those guys in dramas do, but I remember you said you like rooftops and cupcakes, so I combined them. He walks forward and hands her a cupcake, her favorite flavor with clumsy frosting. They sit. There is a silence for a moment, wind, music, then Taeyong takes a deep breath and speaks. Taeyong, I don't know how to write poetry, Ryan. I don't know how to say the right things at the right time, but I have been thinking about this for weeks, and all I know is Taeyong, I love you, and not the quiet kind, not the dramatic kind, the kind that sneaks in slowly while you yell at me for leaving socks in sink. Or fall asleep with book on your chest. I love you because you stayed when it made no sense to, and because you make my storm feel safe. Ryan stares at him, tears forming. Ryan whispers, Taeyong steps closer. I don't know how to be normal. I don't even want to be. But if you are with me, I think I can be something better than normal. I can be yours. He gently reaches out, holding her hand. Ryan, tears rolling. Do you even know what it feels like watching you try? Every messy effort, every little step. You don't need flowers or poetry. She places her hand on his chest, right over his racing heart. Ryan, soft smile. I love you, Taehyung, the real you, the clumsy, chaotic, stormy you. Ryan, and I am not afraid of your mess anymore, because loving you has been the bestest thing I have ever done. Taeyong freezes, his eyes go wide, then slowly a teardrop slides down his cheek. He let out a smallest laugh, relieved, overwhelmed. Taeyong whispers, You do, really? Ryan nods, hopelessly. He pulls her into his arms, and this time she doesn't hesitate. She melts into him. He kisses her forehead, and they just stand there, two imperfect pieces finally fitting. Ryan's POV. They said I was throwing my life away, but I didn't lose anything. I found a boy with scars deeper than silence, and a love louder than any doubt I ever had. He didn't heal me, I didn't fix him, but we choose to stay, and that is the kind of love I'll choose again in every lifetime. The end.